What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We are live in the bathroom today because I am cleaning my makeup brushes with this makeup brush cleansing palette that I found at Burlington for like $5. I know that I could use my hand, but I just wanted to try it out. It's affordable. I decided to do this makeup brush cleansing / chit chat with you all, just to kind of update you on, you know, what's going on. So once again, happy Wednesday. There was no vlog last week because I didn't have any content. I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere, so no content was, you know, there was nothing for me to produce, and I'm not gonna force it, you know. So this week at work was pretty okay. Wasn't too bad at all. Today I just ran some errands with my mom, and I have work tomorrow with the students. On Friday I have some place to go, and then I might try to meet up with some of my girls, and then I don't know what's gonna happen over the weekend. So I guess I will, you know, let's do like a life update. You know, I wanted to do like a separate video and let you guys know exactly what's going on, make it nice and fancy. But I feel like every opportunity that I have to get on, well, I don't really have that many opportunities, but like every hour in my day is accounted for now, like really accounted for. So I don't have a particular time to get on here and, you know, talk to you all. So let's talk. So first things first, for those who've been following my channel since June, I believe this June is when I passed my nurse practitioner certification exam. You guys have seen me get another job opportunity to work as a clinical instructor, which is what I do part-time. Sorry if I'm making noise, hold on. Sidebar, this is what it looks like. It has a little paddle here, and I have like Pantene shampoo and Johnson's shampoo. I'm going to be using both and just, you know, swirling it around. Hopefully it gets nice and clean. But anyhow, so you guys have seen me get an opportunity to work as a clinical instructor with nursing students, undergrad nursing students, and that's going really well. I decided to do it for another semester. Oh, can I see this? Oh, making a mess. Let me see if I can show you. This is doing a really good job. My brushes are really dirty. Sidebar. I have to clean my brushes because I don't know, for some reason my skin is acting up. I don't know. It's like a real textured, and I don't have problematic skin. But I digress. So yes, I work with these undergrad nursing students, and I decided to do it for one more semester. But some of you might be wondering, like, what's going on? Like, why are you not practicing as a nurse practitioner? So I didn't want to like speak too soon because, you know, I just wanted everything to kind of just like fall into place. But after I passed my certification exam, I was offered, before I passed my certification exam, I was offered an opportunity at a clinic to practice as a nurse practitioner. Thankfully, well, thankfully and coincidentally, it was at one of the sites that I did my rotations, and I went on the interview, and they basically said that we will hire you contingent upon you passing your exam. So if you watch the video, I think I mentioned, I said like so much was riding on this. Like it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders because I passed the exam, and then the next day they called me like, okay, so did you pass or not? Because, you know, we want to know whether to progress with you. So that was done, and I did not know that so much goes into actually being like getting your credentials and getting all of these numbers and all these certifications and things like that. So I'm here in New York. A lot of people here use Medicaid and Medicare, and as a provider, I have to be certified in order for me to see these patients, because I would need my own number, and that basically would give me the opportunity to practice like a provider. So, oh, my battery's dying. Hold on. My hands are wet. Okay, we're back. So, I think I was talking about a Medicaid number. Yes. So, I don't know if all the processes are the same for everyone, but in order for you to get a Medicaid number, you have to find a collaborating physician, which is required because here in New York, you can practice independently after you've accumulated 3,600 hours of clinical experience. So in the meantime, you're practicing under a provider. Now, the process to find that provider, even though I did my rotation at the clinic and I left on good standing, you know, good rapport, one of the doctors that I did the rotations, one of my rotations with is the one who actually called me and told me about this opportunity at the clinic. So that just shows you that I didn't leave on a bad note. But it's finding a collaborating physician to say, okay, I'll take the responsibility, I'll take her under the wing. And then once that's done, it takes about 90 to 120 days to get a Medicaid number. So all that while I'm sitting here, I'm getting my paperwork and stuff going. I'm getting my DEA number came quickly, which is the, I believe that's the number that allows me to write prescriptions. That didn't take any time. The Medicaid number was the one that had me sitting on my hands for the longest. So eventually, get a physician, send the paperwork out, I'm waiting. The reason why I decided to go back for another semester to work with the students is because I said, why am I gonna sit here and do nothing? You know, I'd rather use up my time. I'm not gonna sit here idle, waiting, you know, looking at the mail, trying to figure out when my paperwork would come. I might as well just go back, and if the opportunity is, if it's for me, it's for me. I'm not gonna press it. I'm not going to go too hard. I know that whatever's for me is for me. I pray about it. I believe that it's for me. If it's not for me, then it's God's will. If it's for me, it's gonna come when it's gonna come, you know? So, I get a phone call with them basically saying, okay, we have a start date for you. So, I'm gonna leave that there because I wanna take you guys along on that journey with me. When I officially, you know, I'm gonna start, just gotta get some of like my physicals, letters of recommendation, stuff like that sent to them, and then we'll be on this journey. So my plan is to still remain at the bedside. You guys, some of you guys know how I feel about being a bedside nurse. I don't know if I want to make the transition yet to just be fully to be a full-time like provider. I love being a caretaker. I love that. So if God gives me the strength, I do plan on doing my regular bedside job in the beginning of the week, and then on my days off I would do per diem / part-time at the clinic. You know, that's one of the reasons, of course, is because like I love, you know, bedside nursing. Secondly, is because I don't know if it's smart for me to just jump into something and I don't even know if I like it. You know, a lot of people, from what I've heard, a lot of new nurse practitioners, they leave their comfortable position, they leave what they're used to, and they jump into being a nurse practitioner. They end up at a crappy location, they can't adjust, the people that they're working with are sucky, they're not getting support, and they end up having to leave. So not that I expect that to happen where I'm gonna go, but I rather, since I have days off, I can do that on my days off and get a feel of what the field is. Because right now, when I go into the role of a nurse practitioner, I am going to basically feel like a new nurse. The same way I felt the first day on the job when it's like, oh my God, I don't know anything. I need time, I need help. It's a completely different way of thinking. You're not thinking the same way that you thought as a bedside nurse. Now I'm thinking in the role of a provider, the one who has to diagnose, the one who basically says, this is the plan of care. I'm not executing the plan of care, I am implementing it. There's a difference. So the nurses execute the plan of care. The doctors implement it. The doctors or care providers are the ones who put it in place. So basically this is a new role for me, and I'd rather just, you know, kind of get my feet just a little bit wet instead of just going all the way into it, you know? So that's that. And I've been waiting for, like I said, I'm trying to do a video, but it's never worked out. But I wanted to share some news with you guys, or just an update. So, since January, I decided to go back to school for my doctorate degree. I have many reasons as to why I decided to go back. But one of the main reasons is because, honestly, guys, I'm so used to being in school, I don't know what it's like to be out of school. That's part of the reason why I went back to school to get my master's. I'm so used to, I never really took a break. Straight out of high school, I went to college, did my 4 years, got a degree, started working, and it's like, then what's next? I'm not gonna work for the rest of my life. Like, what's next? So fine, let me go back to school. Boom, I got my master's. Now it's like, okay, what's next? Can I do something else? Like, is there anything else to do? So I decided to go back for my DNP, which is a doctorate in nursing practice. For this, I'm gonna do a separate video because I feel like there might be some questions that people have in regards to the DNP, because I went into the DNP, before I went into the program, I didn't really understand what the DNP was for. I didn't understand what it was about. I was like most people, thinking it's like a doctorate nurse practitioner, no lie, like, and that's not the case. So I'm gonna do a separate video on like what the DNP is, and hopefully I'm gonna take you guys along on this process. So if you guys see I'm a little bit inconsistent, or the vlogs are just changing a little bit, it's because, guys, I'm like so busy. I'm so busy. My day is literally accounted for at every second, every minute, every hour. The DNP program that I am in is an online program, which is good, and which for the most part is good. I'm not required to go to a campus. It's not really messing with the structure that I have throughout the course of the week. The only thing is that you gotta be on top of things, you know? I can't say, oh, I'm too tired, I'll just get to this assignment later. I'll do things on my own time. Things are due when they're due, okay? And you're gonna need to get on it. So that's why I'm just like a little bit inconsistent with vlogging, but I'm not gonna use this as an excuse to be inconsistent. You know, I'm just trying to juggle, trying to balance. So far, I've completed one class, because the online school that I'm attending, they give you one class every 8 weeks. So by the end of, it's a 2-year program, and by the end of, I believe, like when I reach a year and a half, or close to, I think it's like a year and a half, from then on it's just going to be practicums. It's not going to be any assignments or anything. So it's going. I passed the first class, which is good. I'll just let you know, this is definitely different than a master's program. A master's is different than a bachelor's, and a doctorate is different than a master's program. I tell you this, like, my way of thinking has to be so elevated, and I'm like, I don't know if I signed up for this. I don't know if this is what I really wanted. No, I'm joking. I do want to get my doctorate degree, and I'll share all of the reasons and all the information that you guys might want to know in a separate video. So if you are interested in that, please leave your questions below so that I can try my best to answer. So yeah, guys, how y'all doing? I know this is probably what you guys weren't expecting, and quite honestly, I turned on the camera, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I felt like I just needed to just, you know, talk with you all. So life is going, life is good. Even though sometimes I complain about like being tired or stressed, it's a good stress. It's a really, really good stress. So I'm gonna show you guys these brushes. They're looking, this is why you need to do like 2 washes, because this is not really clean. Oh, I booked a massage on Groupon the other day. I'm gonna see if I could probably squeeze that in this month, because I need it. And I normally take you guys on my little massage trips. I haven't been to a spa in how long? You guys can tell me. It's been a while. So I'm gonna see if I can go for this month, if not early next month. And I also want to see if I can go see is it an esthetician? The people who are basically, not a dermatologist, because I don't have really like bad like skin issues. I just want to see like an esthetician, so maybe I can get recommended some things to help, you know, make my skin just look a little bit better. Because you guys know I suffer from eczema, but thankfully my eczema is not on my face. But I feel like my skin, the skin on my face is just changing a little bit. But anyway, these are the brushes. Okay, this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna do one more wash with the Johnsons. I used this at first to get the bulk of the makeup out, and I'm gonna do just one more wash, and I should be pretty good.